So here's what we're trying to do in this little project. We're trying to make these cubes arrange nicely. But there is a new development here. We're going to try to use some variables here to make this. So let's go to it. So I'm going to start with this code, right? The startup code. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to go to Blender, make a new file, and I'm going to save it. Actually, I'm going to save this right away, and I'm just going to call it project. Let's say 5. I'm not sure where it is. Right, project 5. Save 5B or 5C. How about that? 5B, 5C. And if I run it, I should get a nice cube. It's kind of big, right? So let's change that to 1. Okay. And then the other thing that I like to do is I like to change its scale. So I'm going to put the scale over here, and this is going to be 1 comma 1 comma 0.2. Did I get that right? Let's see, 0.2. So comma, oops, 0.2. It's a decimal there. See? So three numbers, 1 comma 1 comma 0.2. And then, of course, I have to put here scale equals scale. And then if I run it, I should get a nice cube, nice kind of flat cube. If I go to Z here, I'm looking at it from the top down, right? Okay, so let me see. The scale is not going to change. The size is not going to change, but the location will change. We're going to do something different. We're going to use variables, right? So I'm going to go and I'm going to declare three variables. You see, this is X, Y, and Z over here, right? X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to need to change those positions. So in the beginning, it is 0, Y equals 0, and Z equals 0. Now, Z actually will never change, so I'm going to put it up here with the other ones, see? But the X will change. So I'm going to use variables here. So X, comma, Y, comma, Z, right? So nothing is going to be different. See, if you run it again, you get the same cube in 0, 0, 0. But when I make the next one, watch, when I copy this and I make the next one, I'm going to change the location of X and Y. So if I say, let's say 1, and I say 1, I don't have to touch anything, right? I don't have to touch anything because I'm using a new X and Y. So if I run it now, you see, I get the other one. So I might want a little space there. Let's make it 1.1, right? 1.1. So you see, I'm using variables. Okay, so it moved nicely to the right. So this is really convenient because I don't have to mess with the code inside. I just change my variables. Let's see. So now I'm going to go to the left side. So X is going to be minus on the left and Y is plus. So this is a minus. So if I run it again, you see, so that's the left. Okay, I'm rolling along here. If I paste again, my X is going to be minus and my Y is going to be minus. So I have another one. Oops, got a D in there. I have a D, I have another one, and I'll do one more. On this one, X is, let's see, they're both they're both plus, I think. They're both plus. No, hold on. Let me see. So I always get confused. This is X is plus and Y must be negative here. I don't think I have that one. That combination. So all right. So you see that was pretty fast, right? By using variables. I could show you one other thing here. Because we kept the z the same for all of them. If I change z, let's say to 1, all these z's will change. So I'll get the same thing, but it'll be raised above the z. See, now they're raised. Well, I'm going to keep it at 0, and I'm going to make some rows here, right? So I'm going to call this row 1, right? And if I copy all of this, right? If I copy all of this, all 5, do I have all 5? Yeah. And I've put it down here below, and I change this to row 2. All I have to do is change z. So if I say z is equal to, let's say, zero point 0.4. See, all my z's for this one for these five will change. So let me run it. Oops, not that. You see, now look, I got a whole new row. Okay, can you make like two more rows like that, right? Two more rows. That's four rows all together. So, hey, when you're finished, this is what you should have, right? Four rows of these cubes. That's the final project.